at Mbumagapa TV, and also WhatsApp line, it is 0836900530. But right now on the Grey Couch, I am sitting with a phenomenal lady, and also we like trying to close off this whole Women's Month with powerful women like the ones that I have on my couch right about now. Everybody at home, please help me welcome Nombasa Imvumi. But she's not Nombasa Imvumi. But everyone at home, please help me welcome Nombasa onto the Hangout. Welcome to the Hangout.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
She's
I can see you. We're well.
She's like, keeping my cool, child. Love that for you. So can you please tell our viewers at home for Kwaziyo as to what is it that you do and ungubani kahle kahle?
Okay, I'm Nombasa and I am a creative. That's, in a nutshell, that's me. And what that means is I'm a songwriter, I'm a performer, I am a voiceover artist, I do all sorts of creative audio works. I'm from Grahamstown, but I'm based in East London at the moment. And I'm a practicing artist. That's who I am.
Lovely. And also, can we get to talk about you getting into the music and also the space of creating? When does that start? When does that come to you and be like knocking on your door that you can't even ignore it?
There's different sources that served as an inspiration and at different ages. But in a nutshell, there was my grandmother who instilled such a great passion for music in my life. She was a Methodist, would just sit down and just sing hymnals, you know. And there was a teacher who was a music teacher in grade 2. That sparked an interest. Then there was a guitar group I was involved in school. There was a cappella groups as well throughout high school that I was part of. And in varsity, I was actually part of I was Rhodes University. And so I was part of a group called VOG. So throughout my life, there's just been traces of music. And in the recent years, I realized that it's something I flourish in, and I would want to do it as a calling, as a purpose in my life.
Lovely. And also, can we get to talk about the emotion that you're giving into your music, and also what goes through your mind when you are creating?
I know a lot of people, some artists think about their audience, but that's the last thing on my mind most of the times. And I'd like to point out that my music is authentic. It's what I feel at a particular moment. And I don't have particular themes as to what the songs are aimed at, but some of them are evocative. They evoke emotion. As I was telling you earlier, that one of my songs, Kuteni, which is one of my favorites, it could spark like quite a sad emotion. There's joyful ones, which the one you said you like, Mukasiwela. So when I sit down and write, there's usually, it comes through a dream. It sometimes comes through just the sound that I'm hearing, and I choose to sit down. And also, there's not limited time as to how long I write it for. There's one song I can finish over a few months, and there's some songs, one sitting, I sit down and I write and finish. So it comes in different forms.
Yeah, lovely. And also, let us talk, because you are fully based in the Eastern Cape. How has the feedback and also how has your work been received by the community?
I think one thing I know, that I've got a lot of support in the Eastern Cape, especially, I mean, in Grahamstown, where I've attended the National Arts Festival and performed a few times. I've got good support. And I think as much as I can't say it's because it's Xhosa music, because like nationally people do respond to Xhosa music, but I think it's just such a relatable sound, and I'm looking forward to just infiltrating throughout the Eastern Cape, throughout, like nationally. But so far, I don't think I've had a response from an audience who wasn't satisfied with the message or my performance. So I think so far I've been received well, and it's been really encouraging. It's been humbling, really.
And also, can you talk about the challenges that you have been facing, especially as an artist?
I think the common one is spaces, is given, because as much as I am an established artist, I've got an EP out. I'm actually also working currently on another project. It's the issue of space, and sometimes you do feel like you have to work hard in order to make your mark, and that's what one of the things we're doing with my manager is to put a footprint and establish ourselves with marketing, etc. And I believe that I am an independent artist, so I don't want to say I think it's challenges that every particular artist has who's choosing the independent route, that sometimes there's resistance towards being granted space to perform or to showcase. But I think with social media, and now being intentional about building content and making more music, I think it's going to work out. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, let us talk about the EP that is out, as to how can people get a hold of it, and also what message can people expect from it?
Yeah. So the EP is on all digital streaming platforms, your Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, all the other ones that are distributed through TuneCore. And I am also on social media, so I'm also available there. And the kind of messages, I mean, it came out 2 years ago, 2+ years ago, and I get different responses, but mainly I would love people to just interpret it for themselves. There is an intent of saying, this is a place I wrote this kind of music from. I'm very passionate about South Africa as a nation and how broken we are and how I feel we can heal as a nation. Also individually, also inspiring creativity, and inspiring people to actually go for their dreams. But also I always leave it to the audience or the recipients of the music to actually interpret the message they'd like to hear.
Lovely. Are you looking into any sort of collaborations with other artists?
I'm focusing on myself for now, but I've been approached, and it's something that I definitely would do, because I think there's power in collaboration. So it's something I definitely can look into. If it's beyond my scope, then I'll probably say no. But if it's within my capacity, it's definitely something I can think about and go for.
Lovely. And also, where can people get hold of you? Get me on.
I am on Instagram as Nombasa _@Nombasa_ZA. Nombasa Invumi on Facebook. So those are the digital platforms I'm on at the moment. Well, social media, sorry.
Social media.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.